I woke up on day 4 after a very good night's sleep. I found a nice little campsite in a field next to the canal. It was quite close to a railway line, and I assumed there might be trains running all night, but there was just one very quiet train that went past just as I got out of bed. Otherwise it was beautifully quiet there. So the actual place was halfway between Taunton and Bridgewater, probably somewhere like Durston. You can see it's already starting to get quite a lot flatter than it had been, and this will be one of my flattest days so far. I set off very early towards Bridgewater to try and find breakfast, and I found the most amazing hotel called the Tudor Hotel, in which I got a very good cooked breakfast. It was getting really quite flat by the time I was heading towards the Huntsville River. I managed to get some good speed up. You couldn't see the camera there, but it was about 12 miles an hour, which is quite good, especially despite the fact that the wind was still directly in my face the whole time. Crossed a number of streams and rivers, and you can see with the drone just how flat it was in pretty much every single direction. And there I am going past. This very lovely lady bought me lunch when she found out that I was doing a charity run. And that was in Winscombe, which turned out was at the start of what is known as the Strawberry Line, which is another converted railway that goes through Congresbury to Yatton, and because it was so flat, it was a fabulous way of getting very, very quickly towards Clevedon. There was a number of other cyclists on it, being a Sunday, but nonetheless lots of very quiet and straight and flat bits, and in the trees, actually out of the wind for the most part. I'd enjoyed the Strawberry Line. Once it finished, I had to make my way across some quite dull roads not shown through the Gordano Valley till I got to Portishead, where I spent a lovely evening in the company of Justin, Sarah and Freya in this wonderful pub overlooking the River Severn. We had a fantastic meal in the sunshine, and there were some kites flying next door. I set off following the sat-nav on what looked like a really good way of cutting the corner off by cycling right down next to the Severn River. Unfortunately, I got to the end of it and it was a dead end, so the sat-nav had let me down quite badly there. So I had to turn around and retrace my steps. So it was actually sunset by the time I crossed the River Avon at Avonmouth, and no more footage after this. It got quite dark. It was also extremely industrial and rather nasty. Strava tells me I only did 45 miles that day, but it felt like more for sure.